Yeah, I think it's an important question because I think some people underestimate the practical side and the financial side. So what I say is a lot of people are inspired by the way the nurses are working with patients, and that's also very important. Acting based on trust and based on intrinsic motivation. But you also need to have a very good understanding about the business model. So there is a business model behind it, which make it sustainable. So if you're working with the principles, one of the principles is that the nurses also take care for the financial result. And the reason that we grew so fast in Holland was that nurses were feeling very responsible for not only the quality and the continuity, but also for the productivity and the financial results. So when this is going well, so when you have several teams working and they are financially doing well, then scaling is not very difficult. If this financial part is not going well, then scaling is a big risk. So this part, I tell people more and more about that. It also asks for a certain awareness that this is also an important topic, and there should be a balance in the different topics, like the care for the patients, quality, and how do we do that, the collaboration in the team, how do we do that, and the responsibility and accountability on the different topics, also the financial part. So another thing what you just asked, Thomas, I think the awareness, where do you start? The awareness that it's a different way of looking at the world, that it's another paradigm. So a lot of organizations are built on the assumption that when you have a hierarchy, you have the financial, the IT, the HR, and so on. When you have this structure, then it will work well. But my assumption is, first, what can people do themselves? So what can nurses do themselves? For example, if you look at HR, a lot of HR activities are integrated in the daily work of the nurses. So hiring your own colleagues, talking about the development, your own development, but also the development of your colleagues, that should be a continuous process in the teams. So, and we said an HR department, I see it as a risk for this, because then you pull out these responsibilities out of the team, and you make policies, and these policies are directing people. So all the time you have to think, okay, but when it's about quality, how do you expect that the nurses are dealing with quality day in, day out? Intervision, reflection, evaluations, all these things are important, that it happens in the teams. So the way you build the organization and the back office, the way you use IT, it should all be supportive to the teams. So when I see in many organizations, I see that when they start with self-organization or self-steering, they start with the project team. The project team is going to develop what they think is needed, and then they are going to tell the people what we are going to do. So that's the wrong way, in my opinion. So first, and you know, the people who are leading usually developed all kind of patterns in their behavior, which are based on the old paradigm. So it's making policies for everybody. It's a normal thing, and in the management roles, it's a normal thing to do. Because you make policies and on all kind of topics, the strategic management, strategic notes, and then year plans, and it's very for many people, it's very normal to do, but it's a risk with self-organization. If you do it, it should be based on to hear from the teams.